Shalom to the Lord select. Let's begin this lesson by giving honor and glory to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Let's give double honors to our head apostles, the elders, the bishops out of the great millstone that taught us this truth, that rule well. Salutations, peace to my fellow laborers out there doing this work in sincerity and in truth. To the large multitude, men, women, the household of faith. I pray that this message find all of you in perfect peace. Yes, indeed, the Lord Yahawashi is hearing our cries. He's cutting the time short. He's speeding up these prophecies. Yes, today, actually, Keir Starmer is going to announce digital ID to be compulsory for all UK adults under government plans. And we say, Barakata Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. I know a couple of brothers already done a lesson on it. But we thank the Lord that we are here. We are here. But before we get into this video here, there's a video I want to play for you. I've used this guy. He says something at the end. He talks about digital ID. So we're going to play it first, and then we're going to play the announcement from UK about compulsory digital ID. From this, it is coming. But before we do that, how about we open it up with a quick precept here? And Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. It said for the vision. What is the vision? The vision goes into the prophecy. Let's look it up. Let's look up the word vision. Let's look up the word vision. Vision goes into what? Hazan, which is H2377, right? It says what? Vision in ecstatic state, okay? Or oracle, prophecy. Okay, that's the prophecy. That's what we're talking about. Which is what? The testimony of our King, our Redeemer, Yahawashi. Yes, family, we have the sure word of prophecy. You see, we are not out there looking for Baal and aka sweet baby Jesus to come and what? And rapture us up. And what is today's day? 26, right? Yeah, they were out there 23, the 23rd, and then 24th. Family, Baal didn't show up. Baal did not show up. I think he went for a walk. No, actually, probably, family, he was taking a nap. Because he doesn't exist. Baal doesn't exist. Sweet baby Jesus, pale skin, blue eye, blonde hair, doesn't exist. Yahawashi told us what to watch out for. Microchip have to be implemented. Civil War, World War III, with Russia and America and locking horns. That's right. We waiting for all that. The three major prophecy are what? The Civil War in America, the microchip, and World War III. But those stupid Christians are out there looking up in the sky, waiting for Baal to deliver them. But anyhow, family, let's go back to the... sorry, I have to veer off there. But let's go here. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. Let's read it. It says here, let's start from verse 1. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see. Because what? He's a watchman. That's what we wait for. We always find waiting to see what the Lord is going to give us to what? To feed the elect. Right? The sheep. It's the spirit that quickeneth. Okay? It's the spirit. The Lord Yahawashi sends the spirit to guide us through these lessons. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahawah answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Run means what? To deliver the message. And what message are we delivering? Telling you that what? We are close. Because what? Digital ID is coming, leading to what? Your microchip. Your microchip, Revelation 13:16. This is a major prophet. This is the hour of temptation, which is fast approaching. It said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end, we are at the end. And Esau is what? The end of the world. So this kingdom is going to end. Once he started implementing this microchip, this is the end of his kingdom. For the vision is here for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because what? It shall surely come. It will not tarry. Let's read some versions here. Because the Lord says what? Wait for it, right? The key thing is patient. ESV, what did it say? For still the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. How about NLT? This vision is for... Excuse me. My goodness. It said this vision is for a future time. It describes the end. It will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently. Time is on our hand. The Lord said, don't rush it, because we have forever to enjoy the kingdom. It said, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Let's read some other version. NASB. For the vision is yet for the appointed time. It hastens towards the goal, and it will not fail. Though it tarries, wait for it, for it will certainly come. It will not delay. How about Amplified Version? It says here, for the vision is here for appointed future time. It hurries towards the goal of fulfillment. It will not fail, even though it delays. Wait patiently for it. Because what? It will certainly come. Because the Lord is not a man that should lie. It said the word that goes out of his mouth will not return to him void. It says it will not delay, and it is here. Family, let's open it up with our friend here, Richard Werner, a professor from Germany. Listen to what he says. Fair use out, and then we're going to bring you the announcement from UK. This is yesterday, but Keir Starmer is going to make the announcement today. That's right. Compulsory digital ID. But hear what this guy says at the end. He's going to talk about digital ID. Listen to him. We are here. It's going to talk about the CBDC, which is a chip that is going to have all your information. And family, I've done lesson on, you go back to this page here. Family, I have done lesson on Revelation 13:16. Go and look it up. Do a little search. Let's go.
The idea had been by central banks to introduce this, as we said, central bank digital currency. But have you ever seen an article or a video or, whatever description of what it actually looks like? I mean, with central bank paper money, we know what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Bank digital currency, we know, and we've used it ourselves. We know what it looks like. But what does central bank digital currency look like? You see? So they never talk about that.
This is what it looks like. I gotta show you. I know I've done it many times, but I gotta show you. That's right. We have to make it plain upon table. Okay? Because why? Jake is simple. This is what it looks like, and this is the warning. The Lord says you should not take it. The Lord says what? You should not take it. And he's going to go on to tell you. See where they're going to implement? You see right there in your hand. This is your wallet. It's going to have all your information on it. This is what it looks like. You see the RFID? That's right. Electronic. That's how it's going to go under your skin. Make it plain upon table. Jake, take a look. Okay, you cannot take it. You can't say you didn't hear it. Okay, we've warned you, starting with our head apostles. They've been talking about this, the head apostles, 40 plus years. 40 years. Okay, we are here. So take heed. This is the needle. This is what they're going to use to administer it. Okay? But let's allow him to speak.
Because people won't actually like the looks of it.
Yeah.
Because it apparently looks, and several central banks apparently, as I heard from my sources, have already fully developed the final stage of CBDC. I mean, it comes in stage initially likely through your mobile phone, but that's only an intermediate step. And the final stage is, it's small, and it's the size of a grain of rice.
Are you listening to what he's saying? That's the CBDC. Okay, that's Revelation. That's right. Revelation 13:16 to 18. This is the mark, charagma. Okay, you see what it looks like? Yes. You see how small it is? Again, yeah, it's good. This all they need. That's right. This is how they're going to monitor you 24/7. They're going to know when you wake up, when you're sleeping, who you dating, what you buying, when. That's right. Your feelings. That's right. Esau trying to be the most high. You see? Let's go.
Why is that?
And that grain of rice is your entire wallet, or?
Yes, it's your digital ID, your wallet, can be your passport, your key. Now, of course, what we found with our debit cards or credit cards is they've already now moved to the system, RFID chips, RFID technology where you just wave the thing, contactless.
Yes.
That is sort of the conditioning us in this direction. That in the future you'll just wave your hand because you've got the microchip implant under your skin, and because and each step there's a rational reason. It's easier just to wave this, isn't it? It's much faster because we always have to wait in the queues as everyone types in their numbers and all that. So just wave it, it's quicker. But the next rationalization would be, well, but you can lose your card, somebody can steal your card, and then you're just waving.
Yeah.
That's kind of risky. Well, wouldn't it be nice if you couldn't lose it and nobody could steal it?
And that's why they're going to start with the mandatory digital ID, and then eventually they're going to tell you, yeah, this thing can be hacked. So how about now we have the chip, but just put it under your skin. Everything's going to be fine. And then here you have World War III in progress, because what? No more jobs. So the next thing is what? Your universal basic income, UBI. UBI, universal basic income. Do you want that $2,000 in your account so that your wife can put some food on the table? Your wife need new shoes, your children can eat. Yes, I need that. And they go, yeah, just put this in your hand. Everything is going to be fine. That is the devil. That is Esau himself. That's why the Lord said we should warn you. Because if you take this thing here, the Lord is going to burn you. Let's go here to the book of Revelation chapter 14 quickly. Revelation 14:10. Hear what the Lord says he's going to do to you. He said the same. It says here, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast, that's the system that they're about to set up, but in order to be part of it, their fourth industrial revolution, you have to take a chip. Everything is going digital. Everything is AI. That's the beast system that they. But what? You have to take the chip. He said, if any man, hear the warning from the Lord, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, the microchip, if you receive it in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire. You hear that? The Lord says he's literally going to melt you. He's going to melt you with fire. And brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. While everybody's up in the chariot, that's why they like, you are in the fire being burnt up. That's why we're here warning you. But let's finish here.
But it's clear that that's it is almost a step too far for a lot of people, because it is a violation of human dignity to actually inject something like that under the skin. So, that's where you need some more persuasion.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that this concept of universal basic income has been around for around a century, where everyone should get some kind of citizens, payment. But the billionaire elites have so far not liked that. But since 2015, they've all come out. I mean, all the big billionaires and World Economic Forum have come out, this is a good idea, universal basic income. Well, why suddenly now? Because now we have the technology for the microchip implant. And so in 2017, Bill Gates came out and said that universal basic income is a good idea, but it's too early to introduce it. Now, what was still missing? So we had the technology for the microchip implant, but what was missing was the digital ID hadn't been introduced.
Yes, you hear that? Let me go back. So hear what he said at the end. 3:19, right? Let's just go to 3:12. 3:12. So here, Bill Gates said, we don't have the digital ID yet. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan, Esau, Edom, self-proclaimed white men, should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. That's why we're here to warn you, Negroes, Latinos, African Americans, Native Americans. You better take heed to this message. This is no joke. We are here. We are at the door. But listen to what he says again. Bill Gates says what? We are not ready yet, but we need a digital ID. So Keir Starmer is going to start in UK. We have the video. Family, I'm going to play the video as soon as he finished. We almost got less than 30 seconds. Let's go here.
Now, what was still missing? So we had the technology for the microchip implant, but what was missing was the digital ID hadn't been introduced. Now, this is where this whole COVID agenda
again
had become very useful.
Again, you hear that? Let's hear it from here. Again, just for you to hear it again, family. Let's go. Come on, let's go back here. Let me go back. Sorry, I gotta.
The idea had been.
Sorry, let me go back here. He said, what wasn't available? The digital ID. Now the digital ID is here. Remember the CDBD, as I said, the CBDC already been what? That it's already been prepared, ready to go. But they need a digital ID. You see, they need a digital, and the digital ID is here. Let's start from 317, 3. Actually, let's play 303. Let's go here. Let's play.
States came out and said that universal basic income is a good idea, but it's too early to introduce it. Now, what was still missing, so we had the technology for the microchip implant, but what was missing was the digital ID hadn't been introduced. Now, this is where this whole COVID agenda had become very useful.
I said, Tawada Yahawah. You can make this up. Listen to this now. Breaking news. Digital ID to be compulsory for all UK adults under government plans. BBC News. Fair Use Act. Fair Use Act. I do not own BBC. I'm not making any money off this video. It is Fair Use Act. Fair Use Act. Listen to this. Let's go.
We start here in the UK on an issue that's divided the country over the last few decades. Every adult will need a new government-issued digital ID to prove they live and can work here. Well, under plans to be announced by the Prime Minister on Friday, the move is part of efforts to crack down on illegal working. Most European countries already...
Illegal workers. Family, we just told you. You heard him. The CBDC already here, but they need a digital ID. So the devil is telling you that they needed to track illegal alien. Remember 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. As the mouthpiece of the Lord, our job, we are the watchmen of Israel, is to warn you. That's right, is to warn you. Take heed to this message. You know what it is. Don't play with this thing here. Microchip is at the door. It is coming. But let's go on here.
Require their citizens to hold ID cards, but the UK has long resisted the concerns over civil rights and privacy issues. Here's our political correspondent, Ian Watson.
ID cards are not a new idea. They were compulsory during the war and not abolished until 1952. The idea was revived in 2005 by Tony Blair's government. The then Home Secretary was seeing how these biometric cards would work. They were supposed to tackle illegal working and establish entitlement to public services, but the scheme faced technical challenges and political opposition and hadn't been implemented by the time of the 2010 election, when the Conservative Lib Dem coalition scrapped them. And now the idea has been revived under this Labour government. Ministers have been looking at a digital ID scheme in Estonia in Eastern Europe, which is used to access public services. And they believe that attitudes towards ID cards have softened as concerns about illegal immigration have risen. The government's direction of travel has been clear for some time. Earlier this month, Keir Starmer told the BBC why he thought they were a good idea.
I'm determined to stop people making that crossing across the channel and to get people out of our hotels. And therefore I am looking at ID cards or digital ID, because we do need to look at the pull factors.
The Prime Minister believes this is an important weapon in his armoury to tackle illegal immigration, but his idea is creating clear blue water between government and opposition.
Keir Starmer scrapped the Rwanda removals plan without having any other plan in place. He said he was going to smash the gangs. He hasn't done that. Digital ID cards is not going to smash the gangs or stop the boats.
I fear this is a bit like what they tried to do before, where it's authoritarian, it's centralised, it's controlled by the state, and we should oppose that like we did before.
And there are practical questions. If digital ID requires a phone or computer, what happens if you don't have one? The government says it will consult on the details, so don't expect to have to prove your identity online just yet. Ian Watson, BBC News.
Let's go live to Westminster. Our political correspondent, David Cornock, is standing by for us. Hi, David. So this isn't going to be straightforward, is it?
No, it's not. There are, as Ian said, lots of practical questions, difficulties of persuading people that they need this sort of digital ID. Keir Starmer believes that the arguments have changed since 2005 when the Tony Blair Labour government tried to introduce ID cards. He thinks that psychologically people have moved on, that people are comfortable with having lots of digital ID for their daily life. But you heard there that he's clearly linking this policy with the whole question of small boats, because he believes it's too easy for people to come to the UK and then disappear into the environment and work illegally. But big questions about the arguments over civil liberties, and certainly there are some on the left as well as those on the right who are very unhappy with this policy initiative.
And is the calculation here that immigration right now is a big enough issue to take this risk? Because, of course, Downing Street will have realised that there will be plenty of opposition to this.
Yeah, I think that's certainly a part of it, and the government wants to be seen to be tackling small boats. It's not
BS. Okay, I just want to read. Let's get them. Let's go to Psalm 94 verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? That's right, mischief by law. Mandatory ID. It's going straight into her. That's why microchip is at the door. We say Tawada Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. We've been waiting for this. But the Lord says, he says in the fullness of his sufficiency. Actually, before we do that, let's go to Psalm 58 quickly. Where is Psalm 58? Psalm 58, let's read it. It says here, it says here, and it said, do ye indeed, Psalm 58:1, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Wickedness. Esau wants to mark you forever. He wants to be, that's why the moment that chip enters your hand, family, it enters your body, you literally just spit on Yahawashi's face. You Negroes, Latinos, African American, that's who this message is for. You just spit in Yahawashi's face. After he has sent his prophets out here to warn you, and then you turn around and take that chip, the Lord is going to destroy you. Your job is to wait. You rather, if it's between a microchip and death, you are going to choose death. And let Yahawashi get the glory. Let him raise you up first. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. He said the wicked are estranged. You see, the wicked, Esau, he himself proclaimed white man, the criminal. That's what the word wicked means. I don't know, it depends on which context. But this one here is talking about what? That's right, the wicked, that's why Esau, the criminal. He said the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. That's what, all lies. Nothing to do with immigration, family. It is all leading to what? Your what? Your CBDC, your chip. But they need what? They need a digital ID first. And it's here. Let's read some of the comments here. Just don't comply, people. It's that simple. Don't comply. Honest people treated like criminals. If you're British and think this is about illegal migration, you are sorely mistaken. Oh yeah, family, people are waking. People are waking up. Let's read few of this comment. It said, it hasn't divided the country. We don't want it ever. Hear what the Lord said, because that's why we love the word. And hear what the Lord said. What did the Lord says about this devil as he's about to fill his belly? Let's go to Job chapter 20. The Lord says he's not going to feel quietness in his belly. Let's go to Job chapter 20. Let's pick it up from verse. Let's go. Have I read it? Let's read it in the NLT for a change. And let's hear. NLT. Job chapter 20. Let's pick it up from verse. Let's pick it up from verse 19. It says here, let's go to. Let's start from verse 19. It said, for they oppressed the poor and left them destitute. They foreclose on their homes. That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do to us. But listen, this is the rich. They're talking about the wicked. It said they were, Job chapter 20 verse 20 NLT. It said they were always greedy and never satisfied. That's why they have all the riches. Now the only thing left, total control, to have you as a perpetual slave. That's what they are planning for you. Yet the tribes, it said they were always greedy and never satisfied. Nothing remains of all the things they dream about. It said nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, their prosperity will not endure. Listen to what the Lord says about these devils. It says, in the midst of plenty, yet that in the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. That's what is coming for them. It said, may the Most High give them a belly full of trouble. May the Most High rain down his anger upon them. When they try to escape, when they try to escape, an iron weapon, a bronze tip arrow will pierce them. That's the missiles coming their way. It said the arrow is pulled from their back and the arrowhead glistens with blood. The terrors of death are upon them. This is their future. We are reading their future. It said their treasures will be thrown into deepest darkness. A wildfire will devour their goods, consuming all they have left. This is the future. For these devils, it said the heavens will reveal their guilt and the earth will testify against them. A flood will sweep away their house. The Most High's anger will descend on them in torrent. Those are the brimstone, everything that the Lord is going to rain upon these devils. It said this is the reward that the Most High gives the wicked. It is the inheritance decreed by the Most High, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. But there's another one. Let me go back to KJV. But it says, all the hand of the workers shall be upon him. Let me see if I can get it. Let me see. It says, the hand of the workers. It says, he shall be in strait. All the hand of the wicked. Please bear with me. Is it? Yeah. Here. Job 20 verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in strait. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And the word wicked goes into what? The laborers. Let's look up that word wicked. You see? Amel. That is the other wicked. Because the other wicked in Job 9:24 and wicked in Psalm 58 is what? Is criminal. Rawchaa. But this one here is Amel. Amel goes into what? The laborers, the sufferers, the wretched one. Everybody's about to attack this devil. So here, let's read some of this here. Let's read some of their comment. It says, signed petition everyone, almost 500,000 signature in a few hours. Wow. How will an ID card stop boats any more than a national insurance number? I remember when this was a conspiracy theory. Now we are living in it. Yeah, it's here. Referendum required. It is the digital part. 90% don't want it. It said 90% of people don't want it. What the law says? He shall be in strait. So when people don't want it, what do you think he's going to do next? Yeah, he's going to collapse the system. The major cyber attack, everything is collapsed, and everybody's going to be lining up for what? For their chip. Yeah, if 90% of the people don't want it, do you think Esau is going to give up? Esau is not going to give up. There will be some type of false flag. He told you cyber attack. Let's hear it from our friend Klaus Schwab. Let's go to, do I have Klaus Schwab here? Let's go to Klaus Schwab. Hear what Klaus Schwab said. There might be a frightening scenario. Let's go here. Let's go to Klaus Schwab. I think it's what? Let me go. What am I typing? Okay. Is it Klaus? Yeah, Laus. Klaus Schwab S. I think. What is it called? Cyber attack. Cyber attack. Because family, if people don't want to take it, do you think just gonna give up? No, that's not Esau. Esau is going all in. This is their new world order. That's why the Lord said going to be a time like no other. Because family, their own citizens are going to rise up against them. Grab your popcorn. It's going to be an interesting year. Yahawah willing, man. Yahawah willing. Let's go here. Listen to what our friend Klaus Schwab says. Here, listen to him. Let him tell you. This is not my word. As frightening scenario. So when people refuse to take the chip, this is what is coming next for us. Listen to this. Let's go here.
Which would bring to a complete halt.
Hold on, let me go back.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
Yeah, cyber pandemic. What is cyber pandemic? Let's allow DeepSeek. This DeepSeek is the Chinese version of ChatGPT. What is cyber pandemic? Let's go. What is cyber pandemic? Let's allow DeepSeek to tell us. Of course, the term cyber pandemic. Actually, let's finish. Wait. Let me see what comes up. Family, we're almost done. It's not going to be too long at all. We're almost done this lesson here. Oh, wow, this thing is still going. Oh, wow. Here we go. A cyber pandemic. Oh, wow. What is a cyber? Of course, the term cyber pandemic is a powerful and increasingly used metaphor. It describes a hypothetical, large-scale cyber incident that spreads rapidly across the globe, causing severe, simultaneous disruption to critical services on a scale comparable to severe biological pandemic. Yeah, you listen to this? Right? Infrastructures are going to collapse. Your bank, you ain't going to have access to your account, your bank account. Okay? It says here's detailed breakdown of what it means, how it could happen, and why it's a major concern, core concept. The pandemic analogy. Just like a biological pandemic, a cyber pandemic has been characteristics. Let me go back. Just like a biological pandemic, a cyber pandemic has key characteristics. Number one, rapid widespread contagion. Instead of a virus, a malicious software, malware, or attack techniques spread uncontrollably through digital network, exploiting common vulnerability. Yeah, that's what Esau is going to do. Okay, this is not organic. Okay, Esau is going to bring it down. When you guys refuse to take your digital ID, guess what? That's the next move. Global scale. It affects multiple countries and continents at once. Remember what the Lord says? The hour of temptation which shall come upon the whole world. Once this bringing this cyber attack, guess what? Nothing works anymore. Now they have to know who is who. They don't trust anybody anymore. So in order for you to get access to your bank account, go back to work, pay your rent, they need to know who you are. And that's the chip. That's the hour. That's why, family, we gotta go by what? Our faith. That's what is coming. It's a systemic collapse. It doesn't just target individual companies, but cripples critical infrastructure. The systems essential for modern society to function. Difficulty containing. Due to its spread and scale, it is incredibly difficult to isolate and stop quickly. Oh yeah. But the moment, family, everybody gets chipped, then they're going to say, oh, now we are back online. Okay? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. It's how a cyber pandemic could unfold. Listen to this, family. It typically wouldn't be a single attack, but a chain reaction triggered by a specific type of threat. The spark, a highly virulent cyber threat, supply chain attack. This is considered the most likely trigger. Instead of attacking 1,000 companies, an attacker infects a single trusted software update or hardware component like the SolarWinds attack in 2020, but on a much more destructive scale. Every organization that updates its software then unknowingly installs the malware. And second, a wiper worm, a piece of malware that combines the self-replicating ability of worm like the WannaCry ransom in 2017 with a destructive payload of wiper. Designed to erase or disable system permanently. Yet your bank account gone. Like the NotPetya attack, it will spread rapidly and render infected system inoperable. And the spread, exploiting common vulnerabilities. The attack would exploit a fundamental widespread flaw in commonly used software, hardware, or internet protocols. The more universal the vulnerability, the larger the potential impact. The impact cascading failure across critical infrastructure. This is the key difference between a major cyber attack and a pandemic. The incident will cause simultaneous failures in multiple sectors that are deeply interconnected. Imagine a scenario where, that's what he told you. Imagine a frightening scenario where within hours, energy grids, power plants go offline, causing widespread blackout. Financial system, banking, stock market, and payment processes fail, freezing the global economy. This is where we are. They told you the movie, what is it called? Leaving the World Behind. Go and watch it. The guy there, the Jake dude, he told you. Everything is going to collapse. You see, this devil family, we are not ignorant of Satan's device. Esau is not bright. Esau is not bright. He put this in the movie to tell you what is coming. And we thank the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for opening our eyes. If it's a financial system, talking about your bank account, and banking, stock market, and payment processes fail, freezing the global economy. Transportation, air traffic control system, railway network. The guy told you all. He said it's all in the movie. Go look at it. Go back and watch that movie. Produced by Michelle and Barack Obama. Leaving the World Behind. A traffic control system, railway networks, and shipping logistic grind to a halt. If I'm not sure even I can play that clip, they might give me a copy strike. I'm not going to take the chance. Let's go. It said, go look it up. Just go look it up. It said healthcare, hospital system fail, disrupting patient records, medical devices, and emergency services. This is coming worldwide. Whatever business you are into is going to affect you. Communications, internet and phone services become unreliable or unavailable, hindering coordination and response. Man, family, it's a lot. Conclusion, let me jump to conclusion. Family, I think you get a point. A cyber pandemic is not science fiction. It is worst case scenario that government, cybersecurity firms, and international organizations are actively working to prevent. They are not preventing anything. They need to have you as a slave, perpetual slave. And you need to get that microchip. Esau is not going to stop until he put that microchip in you. And it represents the ultimate systemic risk of our digitally dependent age. A single unstoppable digital event that could cause long-term global chaos by disabling the foundational systems of modern society. Yeah, because they bring in the new system, the fourth industrial revolution. He tells you. The goal of cybersecurity is no longer just to protect data, but to maintain the resilience of our critical infrastructure to prevent such a catastrophe. Yeah, family, you get it. That's what he just said. Cyber pandemic. There you have it. It's from our friend Klaus Schwab. He's telling you, Klaus Schwab, cyber attack worse than COVID-19 crisis, power grid down, banking offline. We just read it to you. And now they are introducing digital, where they said what? Let me go back here. They said what? People say they are not going to take it. So if people are not going to take it, what is next? We're going to collapse this system to force you to take it. This is the plan. But here what they're telling Europeans, and so-called, that's right, so-called European, the Edom, they gave themselves that name too. But here, European Central Bank urges citizens to have 72 hours worth of cash, money for next crisis. Next crisis. You see, they're telling you what is coming. European Central Bank to Europeans, better stuff some cash under the mattress. The European Central Bank now says you should keep at least 72 hours worth of cash on hand, either in your pocket or stash at home, just in case the next crisis fries degrade. Listen to this. Fries degrade, crashes the banks or tanks public trust. Do you need to hear more? We are here. Digital ID is being implemented. It is coming. Digital ID is here according to United Kingdom. Let's go back. Let's do a quick recap here. Where is it? UK digital, to introduce digital ID. Where was it? The BBC report that I was reading. It said this is live. This is Starmer, right? This is live right now. UK live. Starmer expected to announce digital ID. Is it live right now? No, that's the one that I play for you. Where is it? From BBC. Oh, right, this one here. I want to read some of the comment. I'm not going to play it again, but let's read some of the comment quickly and then we're going to end it, family. Let's get some few comments. I just want to see what people saying. Okay, here. For them to use this as a guise to detect illegal works, have you ever heard such lies? I wouldn't trust this shambles of a government to put the rubbish out. No money, but they can find the cash for this shit. Labor out. Our government is cancer. If you can see this is a privacy issue and about control, I can help you. This is mental. Just when you thought Labour couldn't do any worse, that's the party in power right now. I don't seem to recall being asked about this. You would think something that affects the entire bloody nation will require a vote. And family, so clearly you see that 90%, they said 90% of the people are against it, right? Absolute Trojan horse. This is the biggest power grab in UK history outside wartime. Get ready to fight. David Icke was right all along. The government has failed its people at every turn. ID cards will not stop both. Most of Europe have ID cards and also still have illegal immigration. Just like the COVID, remember? That's right. Oh yeah, you will never get that in. The moment you take it, you will be clean. And you'll never get another infection for the rest of your life. Yeah, family, you trust this devil, then there's nothing that we can do for you. The Lord says, it says, don't trust thine enemy. That's your enemies. Psalm 83. Like iron that rusted, so is his wickedness. The bald-faced, self-proclaimed white men, they are the basis of men. And the Lord is telling you, his own people are coming against them. They said, no, but it's compulsory, it's not a law. Mandatory is not a law. You hear that? Everybody said, if Mr. Starmer wanted to stop this party to fall, well, let me take my time. If Mr. Starmer wanted to stop his party fall in the polls, this was not the way to do it. We don't care about it. Let me see. Democracy is when the people tell the government what they need. Dictatorship tells the people what to do. So clearly, family, I haven't read one comment that say they are for it. This is for me. It says this for many is a step too far. Expect overwhelming resistance. Do not comply. This is without a doubt the shittiest government we've had. So family, you get the point. So we're telling you, through the spirit and power of our King, our Redeemer Yahawashi. She said the vision was yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Yeah. So if people reject the ID, guess what is next? That's right, cyber pandemic, where they are going to just crash the entire system. And in order to access your account, you have to take the chip. Some people will take it. If you take it, the Lord is going to destroy you. And we are telling you, wait, this man here, his own people are coming after him. Be in the spirit. Exalt the name of our King, our Redeemer Yahawashi. We are going to win at the end. Yahawah Rawchaa. The Lord says this. Let's end it here. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. One of my favorite, because I think about this precept every single day. Revelation 2:10. It says here, fear none. The Lord said, fear none. None. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. No matter what the Esau brings upon you, the Lord said, don't worry about it. I got you. If that means you have to lose your life, for standing up for Yahawashi and not taking the ID, so be it. The Lord said, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. It could be 2 days, it could be 100 days, it could be 200 days. But hear what the Lord said. Here's the point. Be thou faithful unto death. That's what Yahawashi said. Faithful. The just shall live by what? His faith. The Lord said, be thou faithful unto death. Just the same way Yahawashi, he was faithful unto death. You think the time came for him to go on the cross, and he said, no, man, I don't want to go on the cross anymore. Father, no, he prayed. Yes, he was in the flesh. At one point, he says, Father, if it is at all possible, can we do it another way? If you can take this cup from me, but nevertheless, that's what Yahawashi said. Nevertheless, let your will be done. And that's the spirit we're going to be in. We say, Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, let your will be done, not my will. That's the spirit that we have to be in. This devil is not going to win. It says here, be thou faithful unto death, and I, the Lord, Yahawah, will give thee a crown of life. Isn't that what we want? A kingdom, a name forever. They're going to look at you in the kingdom. Everybody say, yeah, these are the men. These are the men that stood stiffly. They actually lost their life for Yahawashi. That's right. They cut their heads off. But now look at them. They are at the table with Yahawashi. That's it. That's the spirit. That's right. We don't die, family. The spirit will go back into our new bodies. Okay, we don't die. These devils are going to lose. From here, they are going into captivity. You see Keir Starmer? They're all going into slavery. This digital ID, this is the end of their kingdom. This is what the Lord is doing for us. So when you see these things here, look up. Your salvation draweth nigh. Man, beloved, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to end it there. I hope this message comfort all of you. Stay in the spirit. Stay prayed up. Pray for me, and I pray for you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And also, yes, we got to pray for the elect. Pray for our apostles. Our apostles, our bishops. Pray for them. Pray for them. Okay? Pray for them. And continue to pray. Stay in the spirit so that we don't fulfill the lust of the flesh. Okay, shalom.